Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're doing well and good. In this video, we are going to talk about the story of Aśvinī Kumar and the Ashwini Nakshatra. Ashwini, the twins who arrive before healing, has a name. At the threshold of creation, in that subtle moment before dawn fully breaks, there exist the Aśvinī Kumāras, the divine twins who move faster than the thought itself. Their story begins not in harmony but in imbalance. The sun Surya shone with such unbearable intensity that even his own consort, Sanjna, could not remain in his presence. Unable to endure his radiance, she created her shadow form Chhaya and left her in her place, instructing her to serve as wife. Later, Sun and Chhaya gave birth to Shani. Then Sanjana withdrew from the celestial realm and journeyed far to the northern lands into the forest of Uttarakuru, where she took the form of a mare and concealed herself in silence. For a time, Surya remained unaware of her departure, living with Chhaya, whose nature gradually revealed itself through subtle differences. When the truth came to light, Surya realized that his own unbearable radiance had driven Sanjana away. In that moment of recognition, he diminished his intensity and went in search of her. Following her presence across realms, he arrived in the distant forests of Uttarakuru. To approach her without fear, he too assumed the form of a horse. From this union beyond human identity, beyond form as we understand it, were born the Aśvinī Kumāras, the twin horse-headed gods known as Nasatya and Dasra, embodying speed, instinct, and the power of healing that arrives before suffering becomes irresistible. From the moment of their birth, Natsya and Drasya were unlike the other gods. They did not remain seated in distant heavens, waiting for invocation and ritual. Instead, they moved constantly between worlds, between life and death, between suffering and restoration. They became known as the physicians of the gods, yet their compassion extended equally to mortals. They did not wait for prayers, they did not judge worthiness. Where there was injury, they restored. Where there was decay, they renewed. Where life stood at the edge of collapse, they intervened instantly. Among their many acts, one became especially significant. There lived an aged sage named Chavanya, whose body had withered with time, leaving him frail and diminished. The Ashwini approached him, and through their knowledge of subtle life force and his sacred healing, restored his youth completely. What had been consumed by time was returned to vitality. This act did more than heal, it quietly challenged the inevitability of decay itself. Yet, this very closeness to life and their willingness to intervene before the unfolding of karma brought them into conflict with the established order of the gods. In the divine hierarchy, there existed boundaries between gods and humans, between destiny and intervention. The Ashwini did not follow these boundaries, they preserved life before judgment could be passed. And this made the gods uneasy. Indra, the king of gods and the guardian of the cosmic order, was particularly opposed to them. To him, the universe functioned through Rata, a precise law where every action carried consequences. Suffering, aging, and limitation were not flaws but necessary expression of that order. The Ashwini, by intervening too quickly, seemed to disrupt this balance. Because of this, Indra refused to grant them a share of Soma sacrifice, the sacred ritual through which the gods partook of the divine essence that sustained their immortality. Their exclusion was not merely a denial of Soma, it was a refusal to recognize their place among the gods. But the story did not end here. The sage Savanya, restored to youth by twins, resolved to change this. Out of gratitude, he organized a great Soma sacrifice and invited all the gods. When the moment came to distribute the sacred offering, he deliberately extended it to the Aśvinī Kumāras. Indra, seeing this, rose in fury. To him, this act violated cosmic order itself. Without hesitation, he lifted his Vajra, the thunderbolt, and prepared to strike the sage, to halt the offering and restore what he believed to be balance. But Chavanya did not move, he did not argue, he did not resist outwardly. Instead, he turned inward and invoked the immense power of his tapas. From that inner fire emerged the presence. From the force of sacrifice arose Mother, vast, overwhelming, and terrifying. It was not merely a being, but the embodiment of intoxication, arrogance, and unrestrained power. Its form expanded endlessly, its presence filling all direction, its mouth stretched as if it could swallow the heavens themselves. It did not attack, it engulfed, dissolved, and dominated all sense of control. Faced with Mada, Indra halted, for this was not something he could strike. It was a force beyond a weapon, beyond authority, a reflection of very intoxication of power itself. The Vajra, which had shattered mountains and defeated countless beings, became meaningless before it. In that moment, Indra understood this was not a battle of strength but a confrontation with the power greater than hierarchy itself. His anger dissolved, his resistance fell away, and slowly he lowered his weapon. With that, Indra yielded. The Aśvinī Kumāras were granted their share of Soma, and with it, their rightful place among the gods. This moment revealed a deeper truth. Before order, there must be life. Before judgment, there must be preservation. The Ashwinis embodied a principle that even the king of gods could not deny, that existence must first be sustained before it can be governed. And so Natsya and Ratsya remain forever moving at the edge of beginnings, arriving where life falters, restoring what it about to be lost. Restoring what is about to be lost. They do not wait for permission, nor do they seek recognition. Their nature is to respond instantly, instinctively, without hesitation. In them lives the first impulse of the cosmos itself, the will of life to continue. And with that, we have completed the story of Aśvinī Kumar and Ashwini, our first Nakshatra. I hope you like it. Thanks a lot for watching.